Hi everyone, so we're going to work on this problem right here for converting now, was it from Fahrenheit to Celsius? And what we want to do is set up everything first one at a time like we did before, another previous tutorial. So let me see here. I'm just gonna, there we go. So let's start this problem off right here. And let us see here, it says write the function to call the initialized function on one line. So we're just setting it up first. So the function should be called toCelsius and call the variable Celsius. So variable is called Celsius and it's equal to the function that is called toCelsius. And we're going to give a Fahrenheit value of 25 now and semicolon. So this is how we initialize the setup for this. And let's set up the function now. So we have to put in the keyword function, and we have to put the name of this function that we're calling, which is toCelsius. And we're just putting a default value here for the parameter because we can change this number 25 to anything we want, and we want this function to still do the calculation. So let's just call this, let's see here. We'll call it Fahrenheit because that is what it is. So don't just type in num value. In other examples I may have done that, but because that's a general question, but this is more specific question. When you have specific questions, try to really label all of the variables or like parameters, like specific values that will give some sort of meaning. So 25 is actually value for Fahrenheit. So it'll be Fahrenheit, and then we put the curly brace brackets because we're going to do something in the function. And now we want to add the conversion formula in here, and we're going to return it. So I wrote it in the booklet. I just fixed it right now from the previous video. But right here for Fahrenheit, so from Fahrenheit to Celsius, you can see here, it says do 5 divided by 9, and then in brackets do Fahrenheit minus 32. So let's first do the 5 divided by 9. So let's do the brackets 5 divided by 9 because we have to remember the bed mass rules. And let's also check back here. It says Fahrenheit minus 32 within brackets. So in the brackets again, we'll have to do Fahrenheit, whatever Fahrenheit's given, minus 32. And then we'll do semicolon at the end and semicolon there. And then we can do console.log Celsius, semicolon. And so essentially what it's going to do is it's going to convert the Celsius value of, the Fahrenheit value of 25 to Celsius, because that's what we're trying to do, is calculate to Celsius. So when we actually run this node test.js, let's see here. We may need to just open up another command line because I closed the other ones. Terminal, new terminal. Let's go cd desktop, and then we'll do node test.js. So let's see here. What does it say? So it says type error, not a function. So let's see. We probably are missing something. Type 005. Oh, Fahrenheit. So it doesn't like this, the brackets just like this touching each other. So let's try doing this, the multiplied value, so it has a better understanding as to what we're doing. Node test.js, there we go. So you need to add that multiplied value. You can't just add the two brackets beside each other because it will just give that error. It seems like the return function just needs to know if there's a bracket, whether it's the whole thing or if like you're doing multiple things, then make sure it's doing something. So we're adding that multiplication sign because we're trying to multiply these two together. And what it's essentially doing is just converting what we've given, which is the Fahrenheit value, and converting it here, return that value back up to Celsius. So now we have that Celsius value. And when we console log it, you see here we get that value of -3.888 continuing. And when you're doing this, you also want to do the documentation. So we have to do 1// 2 stars, enter. And as you can see right here, we get the documentation for it as well. We got the opening, which is / 2 stars, the closing, which is */. So you have to make sure you remember both of these, opening and closing. And then we got the parameter, which is Fahrenheit, and whatever it turns. So let's add a description. And we'll say converting Fahrenheit to Celsius. And then we'll say the Fahrenheit value or number value or something like that. And then returns the Celsius value. Something like this. So it's giving a clear description as to what does this function do, what are the parameters, what is it for, and what is it going to return. And this is how you properly document and set up this type of conversion function whenever you're doing it.